Our son Aiden spoke a lot about an imaginary friend named Sarah, who he claimed was his sister. He said that he chose me and he came back, and that's how he was born. And he looked at me and said, no, I did have another mom in my other house. And that really creeped me out a little bit. And I just look at him and say, what other house? This is the only house you've ever lived in. And he says, no, my other house, the light one with the dark blue shutters. My other room is there, my mom is there, my dad is there, and Sarah's there. And so are my 3 cats. Aiden would always draw pictures of the other house. And he drew these pictures on more than one occasion. So when he explained all of this, it kind of shocked me. Each time I would ask him the same thing to see if the story would change, it was always consistent. Whenever I would tell Aiden that his other family did not exist, that Sarah didn't exist, he would get very upset with me. And he would look at me with this emotion in his face, like, how could you or how dare you? And Aiden would always say, no, that was my family. Sarah's my sister, and it's all real. I was very confused. One day, Aiden and I were driving in the car, and Aiden was in the back seat talking to Sarah. And I asked him, Aiden, what are you and Sarah talking about? And he says, about when I died. Reincarnation is very taboo in the Latino culture. I would say especially more so in the religion that I was brought up in. Later, when I calmed down a bit and I had some time to think, I wondered if this was what he was talking about with Sarah. Like, it wasn't make-believe to him. He really thought he had another life with another family. I asked him why he was here and Sarah was not. Aiden said because his mom and dad were very mean to them, and that's how he died. When Aiden told me that he died because his parents were very bad to them, I didn't know what to think. I was in complete shock. I began to sweat, yet my hands were cold. I had to pull over the car. It was a total shock.
Everybody in the world lives more than once. If you want to go to the same place of your life, you can tell God that when you die, if you want to go in your same family.
I always knew he had an imaginary family, but I always thought it was harmless. That's when I noticed this is not just make-believe. Was he talking about being killed or hurt? What kind of images were in his head? Why was my 3-year-old son talking about death and dying? That's when everything changed. I wasn't sure what to think about it, but Aiden was very sure that this was happening and this was his past life. So that's what really mattered.
When Aiden said his parent in his past life hurt him, and that's why he died, it hurt me a lot. It was painful. I feel very bad for Aiden.
When Aiden brought up his parents being bad, and that's how him and Sarah died, he did seem a little sad that Sarah was not back in this world. As a mom, it really broke my heart not knowing what to do to help. You don't want your kids to be hurt. And listening to your son, your 3-year-old, speaking about death and dying is one of the hardest things that you can go through as a parent. So I went online to do some research to see what I could find. Well, a lot of the stories that I was reading about other kids in their past lives, it made a lot of sense, and it sounded a lot like Aiden. Other kids talking about coming back, kids talking about their other moms and picking their family, which is exactly what Aiden would say. Every time I read a different story, there was always something in there that just resonated with everything Aiden said. Once I started reading more and more, I started realizing that this really is happening. And I realized that he was actually talking about a past life. When I started reading all these stories, I felt some comfort in knowing that there's other people out there going through the same thing, and now I finally found some type of an outlet to be able to learn to understand my child. One day, I just randomly decided to ask him what happened with Sarah because he doesn't seem to mention her as much as he used to. And he just looked at me and he looked kind of sad and told me that he wasn't sure what happened, but she doesn't come visit him as much as she used to.
I remember Sarah, but I haven't talked to her in a while.
After that, he just shrugged his shoulders and he said, "It's okay, because I know that she's with me anyways." But as he got older and I started learning more, I was worried that it might cause something that he might not be able to work through. Recently, we sat Aiden down to talk about his past life, but he got really emotional and angry about it. It seems like he's forgetting the memories, but he's still holding on to the emotions.
I talk to God a little bit, and I have trouble sleeping at night.
I saw Tan and her 6-year-old son, Brennan, on Ghost Inside My Child.
When my son Brennan told me he fell off the roof and died, I didn't know what to think.
I saw lots of similarities between Brennan and Aiden, so I decided to reach out to her. I think it's important for Aiden to know that he is not alone and that there's other kids out there like him. And I find comfort in knowing that I'm not the only mom going through this and knowing that there's someone else out there that I can speak to.
I'm Tan, I'm Brennan's mom, and we were invited here to Massachusetts by Joanna. Joanna thought it would be a good idea for us to get together because both of our sons have past life experiences.
Is that a pelican? I know.
It's so cute to see them together.
I know. I did tell Brennan a little bit about him and how we were meeting someone who remembered a previous life like he did.
Does he still remember?
He remembers pieces.
Yeah.
He remembers pieces. As he's gotten older, he's not talking about it as much.
Aiden will mention here and there stuff, but then when I try to ask him, he'll say he forgot. Or like it brings up these kind of emotions in him that he refuses to talk about it.
If he wants to have a conversation about it, just make it, to where he doesn't feel pressure. I did that with Brennan. There are times that I think he finds it kind of awkward. Yeah. And so I'll just say, well, just tell me what you want me to know. We can talk about it when you want to talk about it. It's fine, it's no big deal. I'm glad that he and Brennan have met, though.
Me too.
I'm glad that you guys got to meet, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be friends for a really long time. So.
Can you say thank you to Brennan for coming, meeting me?
You're welcome.
Are you happy that you came to see him?
Yes, and I want to stay here longer.
You want to stay here longer?
Yeah.
I know, I do too. But the good thing is you can talk on the phone, and don't get upset. You can talk on the phone, you can email each other. Well, thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for coming. Oh, give Brennan a hug.
Oh, he's trying to pick him up.
For me, it's important that Aiden feels safe and a lot of love. If he don't have it in the past life, you're gonna make me cry. I want him to feel it now, here, in this one. His future, I see that he's gonna be a happy boy and happy man.
I just want Aiden to know that he's loved and that we believe him no matter what, and that we're never gonna hurt him, and that he's gonna be happy and live a good life in this life.
I love my family. I thank God for letting me choose them.